on obviously the Clare hurling final that was won by Ballyea against Éire Óg Ennis. Obviously Tony Kelly, Niall Deasy, Aaron Griffin, they're becoming a little, a fantastic trio there for Ballyea, and once again they're Clare champions.
Yep, absolutely. And look, this was a real like kind of anxious, nervy enough kind of game, and Éire Óg coming in with huge form into this as well. Shane O'Donnell was, look, everybody was talking about how he hit 1-9 at the semi-final, was utterly unplayable. And then look, we go into this one as well, and he's kept scoreless. So look, that's the win of the game, I suppose. Right there is that O'Donnell was just playing insanely well at the moment, and look, keeping him scoreless was how Ballyea won. Really good performance defensively. It's the same. You can really chalk it down every time. Paul Flanagan and Jack Browne, really, really good in those kind of two fullback, centre half back positions. So look, that's it's a really, really solid spine to that team. And then obviously, look, you Tony Kelly as well. That was the other thing as well. Just to briefly say that little kind of hook at the end by Tony Kelly and Shane O'Donnell was probably the win of the game, and it just shows, look, for a player of that quality to get back and to deliver kind of a piece of skill like that as well. Look, that was absolutely massive, and look, that was the winner of the title for Ballyea.
Yeah, and they're flying under the radar quite a bit, Ballier. Like you mentioned about how strong their spine is, like it's objectively brilliant. Like it's an absolutely outstanding team. Then you've got obviously, the fact that this is their fourth Clare title in 7 years. All eyes in Munster are going to be on Ballygunner. Like, can Ballier fly under the radar and cause a shock in Munster?
Yeah, it's hard to know. I suppose I think last year it's probably based off that is that look, they had a pretty tired enough time in Munster last year that they got a fair old beating in the way, but when they went into Ballygunner's path. So like I do think that they will be up against in Munster, and that yeah, look, it's a really good side, but they probably don't have the pieces that the likes of Ballygunner and probably and what an appears to assuming they come out of Limerick are going to have. So I do think that they'll be underdogs anyway as well. But look, I think they should be considered ahead of the Cork champions, and they should be considered ahead of the Tip champions as well. I think based off what they've done in previous years in Munster, they've experienced coming out of as well. And look, whether that's Kildangan and Kilruane coming out there as well, and then St Finbarrs, they haven't proved themselves in Munster just yet, any of those teams, so they have to be considered ahead of them. But yeah, look, it's going to be a big ask, I'd say, against Ballygunner in particular, and then I'd imagine the Piercy.
Yeah, I mean Ballygunner are like my pick anyway to get out of Munster again. I think that they're absolutely fantastic, but I actually do rate Balliea very highly. I think if they get it going, and they have managed to look pretty good, particularly at the back. You mentioned keeping someone like Shane O'Donnell scoreless in a game like this with the form that he was in. You can't just ignore that. So yeah, I think going into the Munster Championship now will be very interesting to see how they get on. So that's the hurling section finished there.